the bottom of your screen. Start with Steve Conroy.
Hey, Bruce, how did that one almost get away from you there? Was it just a matter of too many kills and defending too long in your zone and running out of gas?
Yeah, 5-on-5. I thought we were fine. We had a bad shift in the second period. Broke a stick. Couldn't get it clear. There's one in the first period, I think, was icing. Second period, maybe that's when it started, right? The icing call, Richie engaged with the guy, and I think they both touched it, and they waved it off, and we were stuck in our end. So that was fatigue. Other than that, we had 6 minors. I don't know. It seemed like every time they went down, we're in the box. You have to look at it closer. It's not how we play typically, so a little unusual for us to have to kill that many minor penalties. I don't know if that's, the sort of veteran Pittsburgh effect on the officials, or they were all good calls. Who knows? But that probably answers your question. Is you kill 6 penalties. You're down a body up front. They got a really good power play. And then you mix in, 1 or 2 shifts where you're stuck in your end, and that's where the fatigue came. But overall, I thought we were, fine, and a lot of pockets of the game. We didn't spend a lot of time in our end, and probably shows in the shot totals. When you look at it in attempts, when you kill that much, to keep it down to that, that many shots against, probably did a pretty good job battling, pretty good job blocking shots or willing to block shots.
Any word on Jake?
Lower body. I don't know I'll call him day to day because I don't know anything else.
Thank you.
Joe Haggerty.
Butchie, Tuukka was obviously okay because he stayed in the game, but do you know exactly what happened to him on that goal there?
No, Kapanen came in, and I think he was trying to wipe across the crease, and Tuukka's pad came out, and more than anything, he lost control of the puck and slid under him. So I don't know if his skate or stick caught Tuukka's pad and tweaked something or not. Our players went over and asked him. We would have called timeout if need be, or replaced him if we really had to. But he said he was okay. So clearly looked good in overtime. Great play with a poke check on the 3-on-0. So good for him. I thought he battled hard tonight. Was excellent.
Dan Roach.
Hey, Bruce, how would you sum up the overtime? 3-on-none, 2-on-none. Yet you see Craig Smith get the game winner for you.
Yeah, some overtimes go like that. I mean, they're a wide open team. I don't know. I can't sit here and say that, they're willing to trade chance with you every night and take their chances there. But, with the firepower they have, it might be their strategy. And overtime, sometimes you get drawn into that, right? There's an off net shot now we gave up one where our D just dove down. Just wasn't a smart play to go into that pile. And the other one, I think Zaboral fell. So that one was just one of those unfortunate sort of welcome to the NHL overtime moments where I think he wasn't sure if he was going in or out. But at the end of the day, we got a post save and we got a stick save. And we got our 2-on-0 and we're able to convert.
Joe McDonald.
Butch, Kevin Miller isn't playing like someone who missed as much time as he did. Just how would you describe the way he's been playing?
I agree. It doesn't look like a guy that's, missed a full season plus. I think his game's been great. He's playing within himself. He's had a couple of nice rushes when the ice has opened up in front of him. Run one off the bar tonight. Doing a good job with Zaboral, getting him to play hard every night, practice well. Just kind of quietly going about his business, being hard, physical, sticking up for our guys. And so I'm very pleased with him. He can do all those things. It's just after the time off and with the surgeries, was he going to be able to, sort of with his new leg, but it's worked out very well for him so far.
Kevin Dupont.
Butch, I know Pasta's getting closer, but if Jake needs to take some time here, what are your options over on right side?
Well, we have McKaig and Lindholm on the taxi are both left shots, so they wouldn't go into the right side, but it might mean moving Anders back over there. It could mean Charlie Coyle. We move someone else into the middle. That's just off the top of my head. We could make another roster move. I know Kuhlman, was here, has played in the past as a right winger. Senishin's played in the past, and like I guess could be an option as well if you're looking at strictly the right wing position. We'll see how Pasta's progressing. All reports are it's coming along well. So I don't think Thursday would be an option for him. So then you start thinking, well, do we need if he's ready shortly after that, do we need a guy for, do we just go with the guys that have been skating with us, make do for a game, plug a guy in, maybe a little bit out of position, or do you call a guy up? And that's a discussion we'll have to have tomorrow, depending on how Jake feels in the morning.
Is Pasta reasonably close that he could be considered for Saturday?
Yeah. I mean, once you're in full contact, Kevin, I think it's, that's the last step, is to be able to wake up the next day, take contact, and really not have any residual effect from that, other than just maybe being sore from taking contact, which could be shoulders, quads, and everything back, just from, not having that for a while. So that's usually the gauge, and how far out he would be, how many days of contact, again, between the medical staff and him. But obviously once you're in that jersey, you're, like I said, you're not that far off.
Okay, thank you.
Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bruce, just your general sense as to where your group is at this point. You've been good in shootouts and overtime, and just a general sense as to the type of hockey you've been playing early on in the year.
Well, I think we've been good in the first, second, and third period as well. We're in every game. The game we lost was 1-0. We've got points out of 6 games. We knew there'd be some work to do with Pasta not being in the lineup in terms of our power play and some secondary scoring. How would we, reconfigure the lines? We lost some key guys in each special team in the back end. We're going to plug guys in, see how that worked out. I think our special teams have been, really good. 5-on-5, we didn't score much this start of the year. I thought we were generating. We just weren't finishing. That started to turn the corner a little bit. Not as much tonight. Some new guys in the lineup, some injuries. So I think the guys are battling. I guess that's the way I'd assess it. We're in there competing every night. We're keeping ourselves in games. We're hard to play against. We're getting goaltending with some timely scoring, obviously. And, I think once we sort of get everyone up and running, it'll probably answer your question better where I'd see us, simply because that's how you usually want to evaluate your team once you have, the full lineup to see how you match up. And, some years that comes into play early and sometimes it never does. So for us, I don't think we're that far out, especially with the progression of Pasta, but we'll see how Jake is. Grizz was close tonight, went for warm up. So I imagine, he'll be ready soon. So, like I said, I like our compete. We're getting points. That's important. We'll keep, building our game to get it to where it needs to be.
Last question for Coach Jimmy Murphy.
Hey, Coach, just further on that and just the way the team has responded to adversity so far this season, even the young kids just don't seem to get frozen, or it seems that they react, they gather their thoughts, and they keep going. Just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think Lolsey, we saw last year, he's a very competitive man. So I think he's got the ability to go right back out there and play. He doesn't over process the game. He's going to compete hard. He's going to help the team win. Zabora was still getting to know. He's a little more methodical in his approach, the way he plays the game. So he's a guy we got to be careful of, make sure that we keep him in the game, confident, yet assertive. So without knowing his personality as well, that's when we got to make sure that, he bounces back if he has a bad shift or a bad game. Up front, Freddie, I liked his progression, liked the way he's banging tonight. He's skating on the wing. Again, we need a little time for him and Studs. They're natural centermen. So playing on the wing, there's less time and space. Things are happening. So for those guys, it's just a matter of patience. Keep working with them. And maybe analyze them over larger stretches, Jimmy. Like, maybe for them it's 10-game blocks. Simply because of the position. They're out of position a little bit. in that regard, so that we can better assess, the skills when they're playing the wing versus center. Try to get them some special teamwork to feel part of it. So that's where we are with the young guys.